Hey y'all, sorry for the reflection in my picture over here, but I haven't quite figured out how to not do that. I could like troubleshoot, but whatever. So today I want to talk about 5 things that I did wrong after birth. Nobody told me, so I'm gonna tell y'all. My first one was not taking my stool softeners and ibuprofen for 15 days. So I was prescribed the stool softener as well as ibuprofen. I had a 15-day supply and I kind of just felt like I didn't need it. I had a vaginal birth, as you all know. If you don't know, go watch my birth vlog video as well as my labor vlog. And because I had a vaginal birth, like a lot of people say, like, you know, it feels, I'm gonna just say, uncomfortable down there for a while. It's kind of tender and everything. And although that was true, I think I was expecting it to be a level of pain that it wasn't. So, you know, they just be asking like, you know, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm feeling fine. My battery died. But I was expecting a pain that it just wasn't that pain for me. So I'm expecting like excruciating, it feels like ring of fire the whole entire time or something. So when she would come and ask me like, you know, a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like, I'm fine. So when I was in the hospital, of course, because I'm in the hospital, they have to give you the medicine on the clock. So I'm taking my medicine. I get home, I'm like, I don't need this ibuprofen. I don't want to take any medicine that I don't really need. As far as the stool softener is concerned, I knew that you take the stool softener because they say that first poop really hurts. I did not have my first poop for days. When I finally had my first poop, I was like, it's not that bad. So, had my first poop and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good. I stopped taking my stool softeners. Baby. Me stop taking my stool softeners, I guess, caused my stool to not be soft. So although I felt like it was not that bad, I'm thinking pain. I'm not thinking firmness of my actual poop. So what that caused was it caused it to firm back up. When it was time for me to poop, I had to push that thing, okay? And it wasn't even like I was straining, but me pushing caused my vagina and my vulva to like contract, because now I'm pushing there. And that, my friend, is when I got sore. And it was so painful. It was like my body was in push out a baby mode. So every time I went to push out poop, it was like I was pushing out a whole baby. I didn't know how to not push with my vagina. And that caused pooping to be a living hell. Of course, I was still bleeding. Even when I stopped bleeding, literally I would start bleeding sometimes from pushing, and I end up even tearing my stitch that I had. So please take your stool softeners as well as your ibuprofen. Number 2, scooting. So when I say scooting, I mean like, you know, like when you get up or you go to get up and how the fuck do I say this? Say if you're sitting in the middle of the bed, right? When you turn over, you can't immediately stand up, so you scoot to get out the bed. That's what I was doing to get up, because you have to realize you just pushed the baby. So literally my abdominal muscles are to shits. I could not sit myself up. Literally Chris would have to push my back. I'd be like, push me up and all of that, because I literally couldn't pull myself up, and I did not know that my stomach was going to be that weak. So what would happen is I would get up, get pushed up, and then I would scoot to the edge of the bed. That caused my vagina to hurt so bad. A whole month and a half later, my vagina was still sore. So that, with the combination of the not taking the stool softeners and pushing every time, then tearing my stitches, painful. Then I wasn't taking my ibuprofen regularly. So literally, I'm like, what the heck? I go back to my doctor and I'm like, I'm really sore down there. Like, it's painful. Like, it hurts. It feels like I'm pushing a baby every time I go to get up, all of this. And she was like, you know, well, do you scoot? And I'm like, what? And she was like, how do you like get out the bed and stuff? And I'm like, I kind of turn, then I, you know, get myself out the bed. And she was like, it's because of that. So that scooting motion, don't do it, ladies. It will cause your recovery to be a lot harder than it has to be. Number 3, it's like they all kind of flow together. I stopped using my peri bottle once the bleeding flowed. slowed. I thought the period bottle was more so because every time you go into the bathroom, you know, it's blood and stuff. And I also knew that it would burn when you first go to the bathroom because you just had a baby, and you know that area is just sore, it's tender, and then sometimes torn. So I thought, well, once I stop bleeding, okay, I'm good. I don't know why I didn't register to me that part of it was just to soothe that area. You know, the warm water squirting it every time I go to the bathroom was to soothe the area every time I went to the bathroom. I didn't think about that, but because I had been scooting, not taking my ibuprofen and all that stuff, every time I just try to do anything, it's like I was sore. And my mama was like, have you been using your period bottle? I'm like, no, I don't use that no more. And she was like, girl, use that bottle. And I'm like, oh. So literally continue to use your period bottle. It helps with the healing process. And it might make sense to y'all, don't make sense to me, but I know that I fucked myself up and I don't want y'all to fuck yourself up. So just don't cut it out too early. Hell, go the whole fourth trimester. Go the whole fourth trimester. Those 12 weeks after you had a baby, spray. For me, I stopped because it got annoying. I'm like, oh, I have to fill this up. And sometimes I would be waiting to the last minute to pee. So it's like, I'm going to try to go to the bathroom. I got to wait for the water to get warm, to fill it up and all of that. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. Please, don't be like me. Number 4, I was picking up heavy items before my 6 weeks was up. So I knew that I was instructed to not pick up heavy stuff after my 6 weeks. But just like I did when I was pregnant, Miss Bruce Almighty, I'm picking up stuff, I'm moving boxes, I'm doing whatever I need to do. And that also caused that area to not heal as quickly. I guess I didn't realize that giving birth does a lot to your body. Your body is amazing, it's strong, but you also need to allow it to heal. So even just simple movements like this, like right now when I do it, I don't feel my vagina contracting and all of that. But literally then I'm like, dang, everything that I do, I use those muscles to hold it. I think it's like your pelvic floor area and all of that together, child. Please don't pick up heavy items. Just don't. Because for me, it took me almost, I feel like it took me about my whole 4th trimester, if not a little bit after, to stop feeling sore down there. And that's a very long time to be feeling sore and feeling like you just had a baby yesterday. So don't do it, like, because I'm like, everything else is back to normal but that. And my last big tip does not have anything to do with the others, but this is major for the breastfeeding and pumping moms. Having the wrong side, flanges, whatever it's called. Whatever you put on that boob to suction so you can pump, that right there, I'm over here stressing the heck out. I'm like, okay, the doctor said, you know, in the hospital, you know, the lactation consultant, they like, oh yeah, 28s are fine. Just because like every breast pump comes with like a 28 and 26 size. I'm like, okay. And literally as I would pump, my nipple would get pulled into it and it would get so engorged, like so huge, to the point that then my baby wouldn't latch on it because it was like way bigger than he could even open his mouth. And I'm like, what the heck? And I wasn't getting the amount of output that I felt like I should be getting. And I'm like, I feel like I still have milk in there. What the heck is the problem? And I'm in the breastfeeding chats and groups on Facebook, and everybody's like, you know, get the correct size, get the correct size. I'm like, how the heck do I get size? I get size, and child, lo and behold, I was a 18. I think it's millimeter. So I went a whole 10 down. And after that, my milk increased so much, meaning the amount that I was pumping. It increased so much. I was not having pain when I was pumping. I was literally feeling that let down within like the first minute. It was a life changer. So please, please, please get size, and not by the person in the hospital. Personally, I feel like lactation consultants that are in the hospital, they do their job. You know, they make sure that you're getting the milk, they make sure that you're latching and all of that, but they're not as in-depth and thorough as those outside. And so I don't know, I kind of feel like they're just on some stuff like, you know, I don't want the mom stressing too much about, you know, having the correct this, so yeah, you're fine, it'll work. But it's not as efficient. So please get size, whether that be on a Facebook group. If you need the contact information, there are 2 different Facebook groups that I use. One of them was teaching you how to do it yourself. Another one was you send a picture of your nipple in the flange and they will tell you what correct size they recommend. It's nothing but moms in there all doing it. So literally, please get the correct size, because it will change your life. And those are my 5 things that I did absolutely wrong, because ain't nobody tell me, and maybe if they did tell me, I did not listen. So thank y'all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.